Can you imagine living life so recklessly that your name becomes synonymous with chaos? Seems like this is the life that this TikToker named HS Tiki has chosen for himself. Picture this, a rain-soaked evening, a $300,000 McLaren weaving through slick streets, the sound of screeching tires piercing the air like a death knell, and then the crash. On a gloomy evening, drenched in relentless rain, the stage was set for a real-life disaster with a side of internet infamy. Enter Harrison Sullivan, aka HS Tiki, the flamboyant influencer notorious for living life in the fast lane, both figuratively and literally. This wasn't just any evening, this was his time to shine. With his dazzling orange McLaren, a symbol of speed and extravagance, Tiki saw the rain-soaked streets not as a hazard, but as the perfect backdrop for his next viral video. Witnesses later described the scene as something out of a cinematic tragedy. The McLaren, with its roaring engine and blinding lights, carved through the streets like a comet on a collision course. Tiki's driving wasn't just reckless, it was an outright declaration of war on logic and safety. The rain, transforming the road into a glistening trap, proved to be the McLaren's undoing. In a matter of seconds, the gleaming car spun out of control, skidding and sliding as if possessed. When it finally came to a halt, it wasn't the immaculate supercar that had started the journey. Instead, it was a wreckage of shattered glass, crumpled metal, and misplaced hubris. But the drama didn't end there. It was only just beginning. Inside the wrecked vehicle were Tiki and his friend, the latter reportedly injured in the crash. Any reasonable person might have paused to assess the situation, offer aid, or call for help, but not Tiki. In a move that can only be described as both heartless and absurd, he fled the scene. Yes, the man whose life was built on followers and likes chose to vanish faster than a trending meme, leaving his injured friend behind to deal with the aftermath. As bystanders rushed to assist, Tiki had other priorities. Where did he go? Straight to TikTok, of course. Within hours, the crash had been transformed from a serious accident into a bizarre content opportunity. HS Tiki wasted no time turning his car crash into content. Instead of taking responsibility or showing concern for his injured friend, he posted a string of dramatic TikTok videos. The clips were a bizarre mix of humor and theatrics with slow motion effects, exaggerated voiceovers, and captions begging for sympathy. To him, it seemed like the wreckage of his orange McLaren was just another stage for his next viral hit. The internet exploded. Some fans applauded his ability to laugh it off and praised his so-called resilience, but the backlash was swift and fierce. Many were outraged by his lack of accountability, calling out his selfishness and complete disregard of his friend or the seriousness of the crash. Within hours, hashtags like #CancelTiki took over social media, and the criticism poured in as fast as the rain that caused the accident. Adding to his troubles, legal issues began to surface. Fleeing an accident scene isn't just frowned upon, it's illegal even if you have millions of followers. For Tiki, the crash wasn't just a wake-up call, it was a reminder that clout can't erase consequences. He made headlines for more than just his boxing debut at Misfits Boxing in Dublin. The night quickly turned chaotic, with HS not only claiming a victory in the ring, but also stirring up a wild fight outside of it, creating a spectacle that had fans and critics buzzing. HS Tiki faced Love Island's George Fensom in what was widely regarded as a one-sided fight. Harrison wasted no time, delivering 3 knockdowns to Fensom before the referee stepped in to end the fight. The fight itself was far from thrilling for many fans, who called it a mismatch and criticized Fensom's performance, with some labeling him the worst boxer in history. However, the real drama began moments after the fight concluded. As Harrison celebrated his win, things took a bizarre turn when he got into a heated confrontation with a fan in the crowd. Video footage captured the TikTok influencer spitting at the fan, a move that shocked the audience and immediately escalated the situation. Not stopping there, Harrison threw a punch at the fan, further fueling the chaos. As if that wasn't enough, he attempted to grab a chair and hurl it into the crowd. Thankfully, security intervened just in time to prevent the situation from getting completely out of control. The crowd situation was mixed. Some were stunned by the outburst, while others appeared to expect such antics from the controversial influencer. For HS Tiki-Taki, this wasn't just about boxing, it was another moment to keep himself in the spotlight, even if it meant stirring up controversy. His dramatic post-fight behavior overshadowed his actual performance in the ring, sparking a flurry of online reactions. After the chaotic events of the night, Harrison didn't shy away from making his presence even more memorable. During his post-match interview, he leaned fully into his confident, bold persona, refusing to let the dust settle quietly. Instead, he turned the moment into a declaration of dominance, targeting other influencers and even big-name athletes. He reportedly made it clear that he wasn't just content with his victory that night, he wanted more. Harrison went on to call out some of the biggest personalities in the influencer and sports world, including YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul and football icon Wayne Rooney. According to those who heard him, his tone was anything but modest. He announced his intentions to take on anyone and everyone in the scene, claiming that no one was safe from a challenge. People say he made a bold statement about Jake Paul, suggesting the YouTube star would be no match for him in the ring. Zerka, another influencer, was also casually tossed into the mix of people Harrison believed he could defeat without breaking a sweat. Then came perhaps the most unexpected name, Wayne Rooney. Harrison allegedly declared that the former England footballer wasn't out of reach, suggesting he could take him down just as easily. While his words struck some as overly confident, others saw it as classic HS Tiki-Taki. Many criticized the fight for being a joke, pointed out Fensom's lack of boxing skill, and claiming that the matchup was unbalanced from the start. One fan went as far as to call the fight sad and disgraceful, while others described it as a farce. Despite the negativity, HS Tiki-Taki remained unfazed, reveling in the attention and using the moment to further cement his reputation as one of social media's most divisive figures. The night's chaos highlighted the spectacle-driven nature of influencer boxing, where entertainment often takes precedence over skill. For Harrison, the combination of an easy win and a controversial brawl ensured he remained at the center of the conversation. Whether you loved it or hated it, there was no denying that HS Tiki-Taki knew how to keep people talking. His antics, both in and out of the ring, left a lasting impression, proving that for him, the line between fame and infamy is just another opportunity to go viral. The whole fiasco with HS Tiki-Taki painted a pretty sad picture of today's influencer culture, a world where chasing clout overshadows basic morality. For people like Tiki-Taki, it seems like nothing, no matter how serious or tragic, is off limits when it comes to making content. The car crash wasn't just a terrible accident, it became part of his brand, something to twist into entertainment for likes, comments, and views. Tiki-Taki didn't just come across as a reckless driver that night, he became the face of a generation that thrives on constant spectacle. Even the sight of his crumpled orange McLaren and the fact that his friend was hurt weren't enough to make him pause and reflect. Instead, he turned it all into a performance, proving once again that in his world, the show must always go on, no matter the cost. Now, who is this TikToker, you may wonder? HS Tiki-Taki, whose real name is Harrison Sullivan, is a British fitness influencer known for his energetic and often controversial presence on social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram. Born on October 6, 2001 in Essex, England, Harrison has become a familiar face in the online fitness community. Before gaining fame, he lived a relatively ordinary life, balancing his education with his growing passion for health and fitness. He attended the University of Birmingham, where he began to develop his love for bodybuilding and transforming his physique. Harrison's fitness journey began at the age of 16 when he started focusing on building muscle and improving his overall health. Over time, he documented his transformation with comparison photos that showed his progress from 16 to 19. These images quickly gained attention, helping him attract a dedicated following of people inspired by his hard work and determination. His fitness plans, which he now shares through his platform HED Fitness, offer detailed advice on how others can achieve similar results. These plans include workout routines, dietary recommendations, and motivational tips that reflect his own experiences. HS Tiki-Taki's rise to fame on TikTok has been fueled by his bold personality and relatable fitness content. His videos often blend humor with practical advice, making them engaging for a wide audience. In addition to his fitness tips, he's become known for stirring the pot with fellow TikTok personalities. His willingness to speak his mind and engage in heated debates has earned him both fans and critics, but it's undeniable that his approach keeps him in the spotlight. Beyond fitness, Harrison's content also showcases his love for luxury and high-performance cars. This passion adds an aspirational element to his brand, appealing to followers who enjoy glimpses into the lifestyle of a successful young influencer. He frequently posts photos and videos featuring expensive cars, which has become a recurring theme in his online persona. These posts not only highlight his personal interests, but also add variety to his fitness-focused content. One of the most talked about aspects of HS Tiki-Taki's personal life is his close friendship with fellow TikTok stars Ed Matthews and General G. Their friendship is often featured in his videos, providing a glimpse into his life beyond the gym. This dynamic group of friends has become a recognizable fixture on TikTok, contributing to each other's popularity and expanding their collective reach. Harrison's fame has also extended into the world of sports entertainment. On August 31st, 2024, he is set to make his boxing debut in the Misfits 17 tournament. This highly anticipated event will take place at Dublin's 3 Arena, where he'll face George Fenson. As part of the Misfits boxing series, this match has generated significant buzz among his fans and the wider boxing community. The event's lineup also features notable figures like Premier League footballer Danny Sampson, further adding to its appeal. Speculation about Harrison's family background has also intrigued fans. Many believe that his father is Clive Sullivan, a former England rugby player, due to their shared surname and similar athletic builds. When everything is content and consequences feel like an afterthought, humanity takes a backseat. Tiki-Taki's crash wasn't just a wake-up call for him, it was a warning for everyone about the dark side of internet fame. The crash itself was dramatic enough to rival a Michael Bay explosion sequence. The McLaren spun wildly before smashing into a guardrail. Inside the car were HS and his friend, who would later emerge as an unexpected hero in this tragic comedy. While the friend nursed broken ribs and other injuries, HS took the phrase fight or flight a bit too literally, opting for flight. Eyewitnesses described him pacing briefly before bolting, leaving his injured companion behind. His McLaren, once a gleaming testament to his influencer lifestyle, was reduced to a crumpled testament of poor decision-making. HS Tiki-Taki first got noticed online with silly dance videos and funny pranks. But as his fame grew, so did his confidence and his car collection. Known for showing off his flashy lifestyle on TikTok and Instagram, he quickly became a polarizing figure. Some people loved his energy, while others scrolled past, rolling their eyes. His rise to fame wasn't without drama, thanks to his bold stunts like sneaking into off-limits places, clapping back at critics in sarcastic videos, and constantly flaunting his luxury cars. The McLaren crash wasn't the first time he found himself in hot water. It was another chapter in his long list of risky antics. Before this, there was another car-related incident tied to a TikTok stunt that went wrong. But this time, things got more serious, not just because of the expensive car involved, but because it had real consequences. What made the story wild was what happened next. After the crash, HS didn't stick around to face the fallout. Instead, he hopped on a plane to Dubai. Known as a haven for influencers and its less strict legal system, Dubai was the perfect escape for him. Within days, he was posting pictures of himself relaxing by a pool, sipping on cocktails, and throwing out captions like "living my best life" as if nothing had happened. His bold getaway only added to his already controversial reputation. Meanwhile, his injured friend, who we'll call Mark for the sake of anonymity, was left to pick up the pieces. Mark's account of the incident paints a harrowing picture. According to his TikTok posts, he was in severe pain following the crash, struggling to breathe with fractured ribs. "I looked up and he was gone," Mark said in a now viral video. "No call for help, no checking if I was okay, nothing." His videos, raw and emotional, sparked a wave of outrage online, with many calling for HS to face serious consequences. Adding insult to injury, quite literally, was HS's apology or lack thereof. A week after fleeing to Dubai, HS posted a video that he labeled as an apology, though it came off as more of a PR stunt. Dressed in designer clothes and speaking in a tone dripping with nonchalance, he claimed to deeply regret the incident. But even as he spoke, his words seemed hollow. "I didn't mean for things to escalate," he said, his eyes darting away from the camera as if looking for an escape. The internet wasn't buying it. Comments ranged from "this is the worst apology I've ever seen" to "dude, you abandoned your friend and fled the country. You're not sorry. You're sorry you got caught." The story took an even stranger turn when the true owner of the McLaren came forward. Enter Adam, a car enthusiast and YouTuber who claimed that the McLaren was not HS's property at all. In a scathing expose video, Adam revealed that HS had borrowed the car under the pretense of filming a promotional video, but had yet to pay back the damages from the crash. As the drama around HS Tiki-Taki's legal troubles unfolded, one big question kept popping up. Could he actually be brought back to the UK to face charges? The UK and the UAE do have an extradition treaty, but the process is known for being slow and full of loopholes. Legal experts were quick to point out that unless the charges were tied to something really serious, like a major crime, it was pretty unlikely HS would be forced to return. This gray area has turned Dubai into a sort of safe haven for influencers like him, who use it as a way to dodge accountability while still living the high life. HS didn't just hide away quietly though. He leaned into the controversy, turning it into content. He started posting cryptic messages online, hinting at a bigger, almost sci-fi conspiracy. In one TikTok video, he claimed the whole situation was part of a massive plot to bring him down, saying things like, "The Matrix is after me." It was as if dodging legal issues was on the same level as escaping some futuristic simulation. The internet, of course, couldn't resist mocking him. Memes started flooding in, with people saying things like, "Dude, the Matrix isn't after you, it's just the law." Underneath all the jokes though, there's a bigger issue about the culture influencers like HS represent. His behavior, from the reckless car crash to fleeing the country, highlights how social media can reward the wrong kind of actions. Platforms like TikTok and Instagram thrive on outrageous content, and influencers often push boundaries to stay relevant. In chasing fame and likes, the line between being popular and being infamous gets blurrier by the day. For some, morality takes a backseat in the race to go viral. HS's story is just one more example of how clout chasing can spiral out of control. As for Mark, he continues to recover from his injuries, both physical and emotional. In a poignant video, he addressed his followers, saying, "I trusted him and he left me there. That's not just betrayal, that's cruelty. His words resonated with many, sparking a broader conversation about the ethics of influencer culture and the human cost of reckless fame. Is this the price of internet fame, or should we demand better from those who hold the spotlight? Let us know in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more wild stories from the chaotic world of social media. Until next time, stay safe, and maybe think twice before letting your influencer buddy borrow your car.